Peter Dutton was declared the winner of last night's leaders' debate, although, if I'm being honest, it did feel as though he was being rewarded for exceeding low expectations. Either way, both parties were frothing over the debate on social media today.
I have a very clear philosophy that can be summed up with two phrases. No one left behind, but no one held back.
That vid from Labor has over 50,000 views, and this one from the Libs has racked up more than 35,000.
I've always been serious in my public life as a police officer and since I've been in Parliament in protecting people, and I'm very genuine about that.
In total, Labor had more than 100,000 views across the debate reels it posted on Instagram, and the Libs had more than 70,000. Both parties got even more engagement from cross-posting on TikTok and Facebook. And now that all sounds great until you consider that this vid posted by the Liberal Party on Instagram had more views than anything Dutton said during the debate.
Oh, something is definitely wrong with this hallway.
Come on in! It's your master bedroom! Ow, my nose!
Well, I've seen about enough.
And this reel from Labor got more views than all the debate posts by both parties combined.
Now, while I wasn't able to cut everyone I wanted to, I have cut a lot of you. Wendell is cut. Rudy is cut. Janie, you're gone. Stephen, I like your hustle. That's why it was so hard to cut you. Congratulations! The rest of you made the team! Except you, and you.
So the takeaway here? Vote 1, Homer Simpson.
Australia has an important role to play on the global stage and in our own region, but most importantly, a good Australian government will always invest into keeping us safe.
That's opposition leader Peter Dutton today announcing a $21 billion investment in defence should he be elected Prime Minister. Joining me now to unpack that is Associate Professor at the Strategic and Defence Studies Centre at ANU, Andrew Carr. Andrew, what were your big takeaways from the Liberal Party defence announcement this morning, which was a bit light on details but had a big price tag?
Look, it's really welcome to see, a push for more funding and for bringing some of that funding forward. I think that's really encouraging compared to some of the other budgets that we've seen from the Labor Party or kind of long-term plans. And it's also great to see defence being debated in this election. We see a world potentially aflame, and I think a lot of people are wondering, well, where are the big policy choices in this area? What I'm a little bit more concerned about is that it seems very focused on meeting a neat round number, 2.5 or 3% of GDP tied to the size of our economy, and not what are the big strategic problems that the coalition is worried about, and how would they directly attempt to resolve those particular problems.
To Anne, I'd say, given that Peter Dutton is trying to repeat exactly the same promise he made in 2013 and then betrayed Australians on, why should Australians believe him when he says this time again there'll be no cuts to health?
That was Labor Minister for Health and Aged Care Mark Butler locking horns with his Liberal counterpart Anne Ruston at National Press Club today. Federal politics reporter Caitlin Rintoul was there. Caitlin, what was the tone of the debate?
Well, I thought the tone was quite civil compared to what we have seen with some of the leaders' debates. But as you played there were a few spicy moments, especially from Anne Ruston, the shadow health minister. At one point there, she called Anthony Albanese a vulture and also said that he's lying his way to the lodge. That's around his MediCare and MediSCARE campaign, as this coalition are calling it. So there were a few attack lines thrown in, but I think mostly it was a pretty civil and respectful debate.